Hey everyone, we're here at FIA Futures and Options Expo in Chicago. I'm joined now by Travis Schwab, who is CEO of Eventus.
Hi.
Travis, thanks for taking the time to join us. It's a pleasure to see you.
You too, Nikolai. Nice to see you. Absolutely. Nice to be here.
Thanks. So I wanted to start talking shop right away.
Okay.
Eventus keeps on collecting awards, most recently at the Asia Capital Markets Awards, which were hosted by Global Investor Group. Why is there such a wide consensus that Eventus offers the best market surveillance solution out there?
I mean, for us, thank you for throwing it out there. And we love, obviously, getting these awards around the world and around different asset classes. It's really a testament to the product, the team, what we're trying to do. Really, over the past almost decade now, is we spend a lot of time focusing on trade surveillance, really, and algorithmic monitoring and some of these other risk applications, but we are experts in trade surveillance. And I think that comes through in our products, in our delivery, in our contest offerings and the award submissions as well, just because we really try to be experts in this field. And we try to put all of that expertise and technology and the know-how and our clients' know-how into that. And I think that just resonates with these various panels that judge this. And so it continues to be a testament really to the team and where we're going. And, again, it's really important for us as we've continued to expand geographically to get those awards, because it gives our clients, gives our prospects understanding that we know what we're talking about. And it's important. So we're really excited that we continue to do well.
And it's a peace of mind, so to say.
It does. The water's great. Everyone can jump in, right? It gives that confidence that we're not... everyone likes that validation, that support from external factors, and awards are a great way to do that.
Well, despite all the awards, last month you actually released a new update to your UI. So I would say, well, so much for don't fix what ain't broken.
Yeah.
But I guess, can you provide some insights into this release for our viewers, and so sort of what are the other updates that you guys are making to your platform?
Sure. Yeah. For us to no resting on the laurels, these are hard problems, and we're constantly trying to help our clients deal with the shifting ground underneath them, all the new rules and regulations. But what we do is we take in a bunch of data, we let clients look at that data, run procedures, run different processes on that data that generate alerts, and then they need to investigate and kind of work through those alerts. And so this new UI really addresses that workflow. It really tries to boil down what are the most actionable areas of concern for the clients. And so they can really customize things better. They can get to the problem areas faster, and it really allows for them to work through their normal day-to-day faster and more efficiently. And so that's because the amount of alerts, the amount of rules that they're having to follow is not going down. So the more efficiency that we can give them is better. And that's what we keep trying to do. And that's really the focus of the new UI.
Great. Awesome. I wanted to speak a little bit about Asia, because in the last year, Eventus entered the Taiwan market. You've expanded in Australia, and you've continued to grow in Hong Kong and Singapore. These are obviously all parts of your APAC expansion efforts. What's next sort of in your company's growth strategy then?
Yeah, for us, it's continued kind of penetration into those different countries that we're in. We're just really scratching the surface in some of the... APAC is huge, from a geographic area, and so we really have to be experts in various countries and country specifics, because they have different rules and regulations. And so that's part of that expansion. We continue to expand even in EMEA, especially in Europe and the Middle East. We have about a dozen clients in the Middle East, and we continue to focus in that area. We're seeing a ton of growth in that part of the world as well. And so, as well as the States, it will always grow. And so the growth strategy really is across asset classes, across geographies, and as asset classes either become more regulated, which we're starting to see in the fixed income space, maybe the FX space, obviously the crypto regulations are shifting. There's always opportunities for us to grow in those areas. And so that's really, it's a broad-based strategy, but it really is focused on asset class and geography.
It's interesting that you mention the Middle East, because some other market participants that I speak to, they're talking to me about increased demand for transacting in international trade using emerging market currencies or local currencies in different regions. And I would venture to guess that along with that demand for trading, hedging, whatever it may be, Eventus is seeing a demand in the surveillance products as
You're
well.
exactly right. Yeah, and there are lots of exchanges that are trying to become more transparent, more regulated, so that they can bring in maybe a broader, more international set of investors and traders, exactly like you're saying. And so where those exchanges are taking those steps across asset classes, they're coming to us, and we're a way for them to help kind of solidify and build and invest in that infrastructure so that you can kind of attract a more international clientele. So we're seeing that across the board. And it's, I was just in Dubai, I was just in Johannesburg last month. For us, South America, South Africa, Middle East, they're all areas of growth for us, those emerging markets, and we're really excited about it.
Great. I think the last time you and I spoke, which was quite a while ago, we spoke about Eventus being really active in the digital asset space. You have signed on many firms to the Validus platform, I believe. Do you think the music has sort of stopped in the world of crypto, all things considered? And what kind of differences do you encounter at Eventus between TradFi and digital asset clients?
Yeah, it's a great question. The music is not stopped, but I would say it's quieter. How about that?
Okay.
The music was very loud over the last several years as just the asset class exploded. Our demand on us into that space was really great, and a lot of a nice amount of our growth over the last several years was because of crypto. As we really signed the largest crypto exchanges in the world on the CFI space, continue to be a dominant player in that space. Now, what's happened now? Some of those exchanges are they're looking at their businesses, making sure that they can last a long time with the volumes down a little bit more. So they're going through just good business practices. Other exchanges are expanding with us, and so they're getting new licenses and jurisdictions. They're adding new asset classes and the thing. And so we're seeing kind of a mixed bag as it relates to that asset class in general until you have pretty clear regulatory mandates in various jurisdictions. It's still going to be a little choppy, I think. I think that, we're very bullish on the sector. We think it's going to kind of come back and the music will get louder, but, just maybe not short term. The difference between, TradFi and DeFi or TradFi and digital, there isn't a lot on our side where the behaviors are pretty similar. The data, the amount that these exchanges, the fact that they're running 24 hours a day is operationally challenging. There is a ton of data, but in general, market manipulation in equities is pretty similar to a market manipulation in cryptos. And so there really isn't a lot of differences there from exchange activity. Now, there are differences as you go out and look at the blockchain itself and things like that, which firms do, but really, the behaviors are pretty similar and our platform's used in a similar way.
Great. Awesome. As you know, AI is also growing fast and regulators are trying to address the potential risks. I'm wondering, can AI become a challenge for market surveillance providers like yourself, both from the perspective that the market participants that use service might start using AI for, algorithmic trading or something like that, increasing the frequency of their transactions and whatnot, but then also in terms of you guys using AI at Eventus to basically create more robust tools for your customers to use?
Yeah, it's interesting because we've been using machine learning for years in our models to help our clients work through their alerts. And so that's been successful, and that continues to be successful. And we've been very focused on making sure we're using these technologies for the right use case, because can't just blanket wave a wand and say AI is going to fix all these things, because it doesn't work that way. The newer tech is interesting in the fact that some of the large language models and the chat GPTs and the like are really powerful if you're using them in the right way. And so we have a lot of different kind of internal experiments right now where we're trying to pair those right use cases with the tech. And we'll roll that out into the new product, as it's rolling out. From a client standpoint, there absolutely is a issue about explainability. And so you talked about what are the pitfalls, what are the concerns? How does a client, because everything that they do you're doing it in real time during the day, but then when the regulators come talk to you, they're talking about things that happened 6 months ago, a year ago.
Sure.
So how can our users explain the actions that they either took or the machine took when it comes to those alerts? And so that's really important for us. And so that's why these tools have to be used appropriately, and you have to have the right level of explainability, because if our client goes to a regulator and say, I don't know why the machine closed that alert, that's going to be a problem.
Sure.
And the regulators, are looking at how this tech can be used and to make sure that they're giving good guidance on that explainability issue. And so that's really the crux of the rollout. You'll start to see more and more of these techs being rolled out into surveillance and the capital markets, but there has to be that explainability.
I see.
And data privacy. And so because a lot of these models don't have the same privacy controls and the same data concerns that we have with our clients and the confidentiality. And so that's another area that we just have to make sure we're very thoughtful about how we roll these techs out. They're very powerful, and we think there's a lot of good use cases for our clients, but we got to make sure it's built within their world, and we understand that they're always trying to explain things, better, right? And so we're really excited about the technology in the appropriate way. And so we're doing a whole bunch of things to make sure that we can roll it out smartly and make sure we're considering all the data concerns.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, Travis, thanks a lot for taking the time to speak with us, share your insights. Always a pleasure.
Great to see you again.
Great to see you again as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.